Is it just me, or is the YouTube user experience just dog shit now? Whenever I load up the YouTube home screen, it feels like I just get recommended a bunch of garbage now. I mean, the home screen layout is still the same, but I'm not clicking on any of the videos. None of the topics are really interesting to me generally. But given how highly YouTube censors things, even the search function is pretty bullshit because unless you type things word for word, it's not going to come up. So that means I have to memorize who my favorite content creators are and go search them out independently every single time. The unfortunate reality is you just forget some people sometimes, and because they're not recommended to you, you can just forget about them for 3 years, 5 years, forever. I remember 10 years ago, it felt like you could load up YouTube and you would just be able to spend hours on it because it had so many interesting videos recommended to you all the time. But now after seeing plenty of videos on YouTube complaining about this, it kind of does make sense that they're calling it slop culture. Basically, YouTube really doesn't care anymore and just throws a bunch of garbage at you and hopes you just consume it. And this trend in general is not just YouTube. When we look at other media sources like TV, or you look at the Google Play Store, and plenty of companies today have apps that they shove down your throat, which you don't need to use in the fucking first place, but they make you download it anyway, and it takes away our options. I mean, I can't use Reddit on my phone without downloading the fucking app. And the app is horrible. And what's really deceptive is it says it has like a 4 or 5 star rating on the apps. But when you look at all the reviews, it's literally 1 star, 2 star, 1 star, 2 star. Everyone fucking hates the app. Just running through Twitter very quickly, typing YouTube sucks now on the top. You just can kind of scroll through here and see most people are complaining about it. Of course, I've searched YouTube sucks now, but there's no shortage of people complaining about it in our corner. When was the last time you watched a TV show recently that had multiple seasons that kept you watching? Companies want us to use their apps when the apps have no real reason to be there in the first place. YouTube, which was like the backbone of the internet for forever, is really just starting to suck overall. For fuck's sake, every time I'm on the home screen and I don't find anything, I just go read a book. In 2025, I'm reading books. If you told me 8 years ago that I was going to be reading books out of enjoyment and leisure, I would have thought that you're from another fucking dimension. We just can't seem to stop getting our options limited. I just bought this phone about a month ago, and as you can see, there's no headphones jack. That means I can only use headphones if I have Bluetooth. What if I don't want to fucking use Bluetooth? Thanks for asking. Regardless, our options keep getting limited, and YouTube's really gotten on board with it. I mean, at this point, we're really in desperate need of another alternative. And this is the state of affairs right now, where we're in this kind of current gray area where it's just not clear what's going to happen in the future. We have other websites we can use like Rumble, BitChute. I think there's Library. There's a few others, but there's no really clear other alternative. And for the most part, people still use YouTube religiously. As shitty as YouTube is, the experience is still better than on a lot of these other alternative sites. But the one thing the alternative sites do is they don't censor. Yeah, their search functions generally aren't that great. But hey, if you want to say the N-word, go for it. They don't give a shit. I would love nothing more than for another alternative to really take off. Doesn't matter to me if it's BitChute or Rumble. I mean, Rumble doesn't really look like it's doing bad. There's a few channels that get 1 million views, a couple 100,000 views. It's not bad, but that transition is far from happening still. So in the meantime, most of us are just stuck with this crappy YouTube situation. I'm very curious, if you're someone who uses Rumble and BitChute religiously or some of these other alternatives, tell me what your experience has been like versus using YouTube. Leave a comment how you feel about the algorithms on these other websites and the search functions that you can utilize there.